Hello there my fellow Holotable heroes, we have a brand new Conquest experience starting on Monday, so I'll do my usual feats preview in this video, going through global and all the sector feats, as well as quickly touch up as well on the new data discs. Well, there isn't really anything new to be honest, so let me show you. CG actually was kind enough this time to post on the forums a full list of data disc set that will be loaded for the upcoming Conquest. And you can obviously go ahead, look at the full list if you want, but essentially it is the same as the past 3 conquests. So we were able to again utilize the Overzealous and Stone Skin data disc sets. So obviously if you need a reminder of those, you can go over to my SWGOH Life website and have a look at the recommended data disc section. So you got the Overzealous disc set, as well as Stone Skin, and then obviously over in the enemies tab, you can go ahead, for example, and see for each enemy how you can utilize these discs to defeat them. I'm obviously still filling out the videos for all of them, but hopefully as we are playing through more and more will be available there for you to follow. Of course, as always, I'll be adding my video guides here. So again, if you do need a reminder of the Overzealous, how it looks like, there's a video guide there for you. And as I'll be going through each day when it starts, I'll be filling up as well those videos for specific sectors. Obviously we'll also be making my daily plan as always for you to follow along if you want to. At the moment I did load first 3 days, but you know, by the time Conquest starts I should have more or less this plan complete as well. And now let's discuss the main topic for today's video, which is Feats. So as usual, I just kind of put here Feats, global, and then all the sectors, and then suggest some of the teams there. Obviously this is just, you know, in theory. Once I'm playing through again, I'll be updating some of these teams if they don't work or if I come across some better combination, because obviously it all depends on the enemies and things like that that we will be facing and their modifiers. So let's first kick off with a global feats. Now good news is all those feats like defeat 100 enemies with so and so characters are gone, so definitely happy to see that. We obviously have return of the grand victory, it's always there, nothing much to say. So this time we have the separatists, so you have to win 40 battles with a full squad of separatist units. You can definitely put together 2 separatist squads like GG and SWGOH. Maybe if you stretch the remaining separatists under maybe Nuclei, they could do something, I'm not sure. We'll figure it out, but you know, to begin with, definitely having 2 of them. So getting 40 battles between these 2 teams shouldn't be too difficult, I hope. Same thing with Sith. Fun enough, we got if you have all the Galactic Legends and all the Sith unlocked, we have exactly 20 Sith units in our game, so you can potentially put together 40 full Sith teams, again making these 40 battles with a full squad of Sith really quite easy, depending obviously on what you've got. Heading over for me is a little bit more challenging slowly feats. Now the one where you have to win with R2 and 3PO in the team, again plenty of options here. Obviously you can go down the sortie route, Rey, Luke, Padme, obviously lots of combinations because both R2 and 3PO are Resistance, Rebels and Galactic Republic, so things shouldn't be too difficult getting 20 battles with them knocked out. Now if you want to like double dip, well triple dip really feats, you could also add in as well 000 trip for short I guess, and BT1, because this will complete you the no leader feat as well as the BT trip feats as well. So we'll see if we can make something work with our low gear 3-4 star trip and BT. We'll try it out and see what happens. Obviously we've got the no leader feat here. We have to win 40 battles without using a leader. We've had this feat before and I think we can all agree nobody's really fan of this feat, but hey, we'll make do. From previous experience, Malak lead seemed to be the best for this one, so that's what I'll be utilizing, because remember we have the Sith feat anyway, so you could just do every day 4 Sith here with Malak lead and you will knock out you know 4 no leader and 4 Sith battles at once. So I think that's what I'll be doing. Then as mentioned before, we have this droid lineup here to getting 3 feats at the same time. Maybe also Geos if you flip them around, because you know even with Geo Brewed as not in the lead, you're still getting assists and all those attacks out of turn, so maybe just putting something like Spy in the leading slot would allow you to do the no leader as well as separatist feat at the same time. We'll just have to see how it goes. And as mentioned before, we got this one where you have to win 20 battles with Trip and BT1. Now, same as before, we've got 2 feats that dish out different data discs. So this one will give you massively overpowered, and this one will give you booming voice. And then you have to use those data discs to get some feats done. Attempting to call assist with booming voice 60 times. I mean, not really that difficult, is it? So whatever you've got should work. Now for massively overpowered, I think you have to gain like 7 buffs in order for the event, for this data disc to trigger, which you have to do it 20 times. So definitely some sort of buff heavy teams like Padme Galactic Republic, maybe putting in R2 C3PO if you want, or obviously there as well something with Grandmaster Yoda, he keeps spreading buffs. So some sort of buff heavy teams shouldn't have any issues with that, I think. So these are the global feat. Overall, quite straightforward, except this one maybe. We'll have to wait and see how we can cheese this with some low level guys. Moving on to Sector 1. Yes, the return of the Inquisitor feat here is happening again. So you have to defeat 50 enemies with Inquisitors. Now these are teams we've done in the past. Obviously, if you have Grand Inquisitor or Full Inquisitor squad, they can get the job done. Otherwise, in the past, we were like, you know, kind of really cheesing these ones with Malak or Palpatine or something. So, you know, just the usual cheese teams that we've used in the past. Then we've got the target lock. We have to attempt to flick target lock 50 times. The main things here probably really should be GG there with the Separatist droids. You're kind of getting your Separatist feat as well as target lock done at the same time. Or you could do something like, you know, sortie, but if you maybe want to try no leader, don't put sortie in the lead. I don't know, we'll just have to test out and see what works. But again, you know, GG, I think droids will do majority of this feat done as well. Defense up, you know how it goes. Clone War 2 Elite for the win, right? One battle, you get your feat done. Ransom, gain ransom 50 times. Now this one initially looks difficult, but actually it's not all that bad, because remember Hondo, on he's the only unit that can actually do this for you. On his special, I think he gains 10 stacks already. And then if you just kind of bring in some sort of team like with the Beskar Mando's got damage immunity, or Rey with damage immunity, you could really stall this battle out, because then Hondo on his basic, he gains 1 stack. So if you can just go in, and even if you lose the battle, it doesn't matter, right? It will still count. It's just a case of stalling, keeping Hondo alive, and let him use his basic and special. So you can probably knock this out in 1 or 2 battles. We'll have to wait and see. So definitely, I think this one is worth doing, even if you do have a gear 8 Hondo like, you know, I do. And then we got the mini boss battle, so we will be going up against sortie with droids, and we have to use the T3, and obviously needs to survive. And then the other one is without using support, because T3 is Old Republic. Maybe we can just start some sort of Old Republic Jedi team for that. And then for no support, I think, you know, Malak there for getting the no leader and Sith feat done could be quite useful. And for the final boss, you have to battle versus Boba Fett, and you have to win with Cad Bane surviving, and then without using bounty hunters. So we can just do some sort of bounty hunter team with Cad, I guess, or anything for that matter. And then no bounty hunters, just again relying there on Sith and Malak for that no leader feat. So overall, Sector 1, not too difficult, I think. Let's hop over to Sector 2 feats now. So we gotta do Rebel Fighters. If you have Mon Mothma team built up, shouldn't be too difficult. If not, there are ways to cheese these, like we've done these in the past. With obviously Master Luke, Watt, you put tank tech on him. Luke then constantly taunts, Biggs there. If you do put over Zealous data D set on these guys, Zealous Ambition, Biggs is support, so he'll be hitting pretty hard, so you can keep calling him for an assist. Or something similar with Rey, and you can maybe even bring in R2 and C3PO for the R2 3PO global feat at the same time. We've had Health Steal in the previous sets of Conquest, so again, standard like Palps should be really your main unit here. With his special, he grants health steal up to all allies, so it shouldn't be too difficult. And in most cases, like Mara Pulp, they can, you know, pretty much 2v5 once they get going. So you can maybe chuck in Trip there and BT as well. Just, you know, a little bit get that global feat done also. And then maybe Fifth Brother, his Empire, right? So he will have some synergy there with Pulp's lead. Because here we do have damage immunity feat, and with one of his abilities, if the target has I think 3 or more stacks of purge, he will then gain damage immunity. So maybe that's something you can pull out once or twice a battle. In terms of health steal as well, you could do some sort of bounty hunter team here with Grief on his mass assist. If with that mass assist you defeat the enemy, you gain health steal up for everybody. And then you can bring in Zem and Greedo for thermal detonator feat here in this sector. And then Django, once contract is triggered, he will gain damage immunity as well, again contributing to the damage immunity feat. And moving on, in terms of health steal, you could maybe try some sort of this team. Kira, she's got health steal in her ability. And then maybe you don't even need a leader, so you can just put Vander Chewie in the leader, something like that, to also do no leader at the same time. Or you could just kind of cheese it with Rey and Visa. Visa, she's got an ability that gives health steal up to all guys, and maybe just plunk in R2 and C3PO for that global feat as well. So lots of flexibility here for health steal up. In terms of thermal detonators, obviously Jawa lineup is great. My Jawas aren't that great. Some of them I think are still a gear 8. So definitely I'll be running them after Rey lead, and they should be able to get a lot of thermal detonators out. Otherwise we got our bounty hunters that can get this done, or another way to cheese it is even with a low gear Leia, again using the Master Luke Watt cheese, because Leia, she's light side, so you can keep calling her for an assist with your Jedi, and she can, you know, on her basic keep stacking those thermal detonators. Or if you're lucky enough to have Jabba unlocked already, you can just do Leia, Greedo and Mob Enforcer as well, because all of these guys have lots of ways to apply thermal detonators. And finally, damage immunity 1. Now luckily it's only 20 times, so it shouldn't be hopefully too difficult. You could put some sort of General Grievous team here. Django will start with damage immunity if there's a Separatist in the leading slot. And Droideka as well, he's got an ability to grant himself damage immunity, so at minimum this team should be able to get the damage immunity twice. You can then bring in some sort of Rey, Beskar Mando. Obviously with Rey you got a damage immunity for the light side allies, and then Beskar Mando, whenever one of his fellow scoundrels falls below, is it what, 50% health or something like that, he gains bonus turn meter and he can put damage immunity on them. So some sort of kind of scoundrel mishmash team could work. And then the latest addition to the Resistance faction, Zori, she in her unique, the first time each of your Resistance and Smuggler tanks falls below 100% health, they gain damage immunity as well. So maybe putting again Zori with a bunch of Resistance and Smuggler tanks could work. I'll test it out. My Zori, she's 3-star gear 8, but you know, she's there just for her unique, so as long as she survives, right, this could work as well. And then we've got mini boss battle versus Rey in Jedi training, and you have to win with color and surviving, and then the Hoki religions feat. So just do some, I guess, some sort of first order lineup, or probably anything for that matter. We'll have to wait and see. And then for Hoki religions, GG's usually one of the go-to teams for that one, again utilizing Droideka and Django if possible to contribute to the damage immunity feat and as well global separatist feat. In terms of final boss, we need to win with Moff Gideon surviving and without using support units. So again, you can just do some sort of mishmash team with Palp, Mara, Gideon, and maybe just throw in BT and Trip for that global feat. And no support, again relying on Malak there for hopefully no leader feat as well. Let's have a look at Sector 3 next. We have the return of the non-separatist droid feat. So if you remember that one, it was kind of two ways to really get this done. So it was either with sortie lead or a Jedi training lead, you know, should work. And then finally you could also cheese it something like this with obviously Luke, Master Luke and Watt, and you keep calling 3PO and Chewie to assist, and you know, he can as well do quite well in that lineup. And we got Return of the Blind feat yet again, so you can see lots of feats that actually we had are returning, so we'll be able to hopefully replicate the cheese teams from before, like this one with Luke here and Malak. Otherwise standard CLS team here works as well. You can also use Darth Revan and then Malgus, he's got a blind on one of his specials. Or we can go back to the Master Luke 3PO cheese, this could be a nice one as well. You know, doing the non-separatist droid feat as well with blind at the same time. Or you could do again some sort of Rey here cheese team also. So lots of ways to get this done. Okay, here we go, we got no support. So in terms of no support, some sort of Sith teams obviously are good, or of course we got the GG separatist droids as well. They don't need any support to get the job done, so plenty of ways. Masters training 50 times. Now this one can be really laborious, but if you remember from previous sets of Conquest, we found a way to cheese this with zombie cheese with Night Sister and Hermit Yoda, so I'll be trying out this one again. And then we've got mini boss battle versus Admiral Radus, and you have to win with Admiral Akbar surviving without using support for the second one, so just kind of CLS team, I guess. And then for the no support, again relying on Darth Revan led team with Sith Empire. Final boss, so that's versus Sana, and you have to win with Han Solo surviving and then without using rebels. So again, some sort of CLS team, and then for no rebels, hey, let's go ahead and use Darth Revan yet again here. And then we've got Sector 4, unfortunately Return of the Torture feat. And now in total you can actually skip up to 34 key cards again. So the Torture feat, I think I'll be skipping it because I don't think it's worth the amount of battles to get 50 done. Obviously we've got only Grand Inquisitor and Trip that can get Torture applied. And I don't know, unless somebody finds some amazing cheese thing, I think we can just go ahead and skip this one. Hot Cartel, you have to defeat 50 enemies with Hot Cartel. Obviously you could put some sort of Bounty Hunter Hot Cartel lineup there. If you do have Jabba, of course, good for you. You can just go ahead and do that as well. No easy. Obviously if you are doing the Jabba, because Jabba is support, you could at the same time as well put all the non-attacker Hot Cartel with Jabba to also be working towards the no attackers feat. Speaking of which, that's up next. Win 14 battles with no attackers in your squad. Because we do have Ewok feat here, this one, if your Ewoks are good, we actually do have a full Ewok team without attackers. So I'll be trying out that, see if I can get something done with my Gear 12 Ewoks, I'm not sure. But I think like Torture, I personally will be also skipping the Ewok one. And obviously, again, going back to Hot Cartel, we could do some sort of Ray droid team as well. Some sort of Separatists without attackers. We'll see what we can get done, because most of the good Separatists are attackers. And same thing with Sith, most of Sith are attackers, but still, you know, you could put some sort of trail lineup there. And finally, Ewoks, again, two versions of this, one without attackers, one obviously with Wicket in there, he's an attacker. So depending on what you've got and if you do need these feats to be done. Now in terms of the mini boss, you have to battle versus Grand Inquisitor, and we have the return of Kanan and Ezra. But I think last time it was in the Sector 5, I believe, but this time they're in Sector 4, so again some sort of Jedi team. And again, General Grievous taking care of Hoki Religion's feat for us. Now let's move on to the final boss, and here we have to battle versus Dr. Aphra, and we have to use Sana surviving and then not using any attackers. Because Sana is rebel, maybe we can do some sort of rebel squad. We'll have to wait and see how juiced up Aphra will be on the enemy side, or we have to use some sort of tricks with revives or something. We'll have to wait and see. And then let's look at the no attackers one again, just kind of using the, I guess, Sith one for the global Sith feat while we are at it. And let's move now over to the final sector. Defeat 50 enemies with smugglers. Now I could probably build like two different smuggler lineups, one's around Kira, one around Dash, depending on what you've got. I just kind of put hopefully what would be kind of the easiest to achieve smuggler here, because as we know, Dash with overzealous data this set is an absolute beast, so hopefully this shouldn't be too difficult with this kind of lineup. And we got the Return of the Purge feat, so whatever you have a Grand Inquisitor or your 5 Inquisitors or not, there are many ways to cheese this as we have shown in the past, so we'll be revisiting those cheese techniques we learned in the past. We have one to inflict fracture 40 times. Now this sounds a lot, but remember with Thrawn's lead, whenever he's debuffed, Empire allies then gain bonus turn meter. They've got the, what is it, strategic maneuver, that ability that cleanses them and gives them 50% turn meter. So hopefully Thrawn can keep cycling back to back their fractures for you, so maybe you can get 5 per battle or something, so maybe it's not going to be too bad. Obviously Malak there will be utilizing probably with voluntary Vanguard data disc, you know, landing the whole stone skin data disc set probably will be cool with him. And then you can just chuck in like, you know, 3 Inquisitors because they're all Empire. So just to get more purge out, that's what I'll be trying at least. And then we've got the Return of the Evasion feat as well. So we'll be doing any sort of like Padme with Yoda. Can keep spreading foresight, dodging. Obviously Darth Maul there will work great towards the Global Sith feat as well. And then we got other kind of cheese teams as well. I just try to include, you know, some teams that can get global feats done also. Now for the mini boss here in Sector 5, we'll be battling versus Malgus, so that could be quite scary. Let's hope they don't activate his Omicrons as they do for Starkiller. We have to wait and see. And you have to win with Darth Revan surviving, and then the Hoku Legion's feat again. Well, might as well just use Sith Empire, but maybe bring in Annihilus as the 5th just so you can annihilate Malgus and not worry about him too much. And for Hoku Legions, utilizing General Grievous yet again. And one more to go. We got final boss in Sector 5. You have to battle versus Reva, so it's going to be our very first look at Reva in action. Probably with her Omicrons deactivated, because this is Conquest, not Grand Arena, but still at least see what she does. Also, Conquest isn't always the best measure of a unit because of all the modifiers and stat boosts that they're getting. However, we have to win with Darth Vader surviving and then without using the Jedi Sith, you know, just Hoku Legion's feat. So there's just some sort of pulp train, I guess, team there, bringing in Annihilus so we can, I guess, annihilate Reva when we get a chance. Bringing in Traya for the clients because I think they've got Grand Inquisitor, so you don't get ability blocked and things like that. And finally Hoku Legions, just throwing hopefully our trusty GG there. We know GG can handle Grand Inquisitor. We'll have to find out, can GG droids actually handle Reva here? Well, at least in Conquest, I guess. Alright guys, so that's all for today's video. Just kind of give you a quick overview of, you know, the new data, well, same old data discs that you can use. So again, if you need a reminder, Overzealous disc set here and Stone Skin disc set, so if you need a little bit of a guideline of what discs to pick up along the way we're playing, you can always refer to my website. There'll be a link in the description below. Otherwise, yeah, I've got video guides, daily plan, feats we went through, and as well enemies that kind of show you by sector, speed, ranges, and then as well different teams based on what data disc set you have equipped. Thank you for watching guys, I'll see you in the next one, but until then, have fun, enjoy life, and may the RNG be with you, my friends.